So I just want to dive into it, man. You are doing some mighty things in the kingdom right now. You are doing some great things for the glory of God. And right now, I want the audience to hear your story and your testimony. So I just want you to dive into it to whatever degree you want to, man. Just what was life like for you before Jesus, man? Just go ahead and share that with us today.
Man, before Christ, I would just simply say, man, it was tough. It was rough. I grew up in the projects, Northeast DC, right? Neighborhood called Paradise. A lot of violence, crime, drugs. I mean, you just name it, man. It's just there. And it's an enclosed neighborhood. So it's like you can't escape, right? Didn't see anything beyond where I was. So I just did what I did when I came outside. It's right there in front of me. Got locked up at 22 years old for murder, living that lifestyle, ended up committing murder. And being locked up, just faced with that reality was like something different for me. Cause I've been locked up a few times here and there in bookings and stuff. But when I was locked up for that and those bars closed and them gates like mechanically closed and locked, you can't get out, and you look at your paperwork and that thing say LIFE and you ain't got no letters on that. I mean, no numbers on there. You like, man, good God Almighty, how did I end up here? Right. So I was sitting there trying to figure out, like, all right, I gotta pull myself together and get about this situation. So the only thing I could think of was I ain't trying to die in the streets and I ain't trying to have no die in prison. I'm not getting no life sentence and rotting this joint and nobody gonna kill me on the street. So I said, you know what? I just take my own life because to me that was winning. To me, that's how I beat the system. That's how I got out of the streets. That's how nobody killed me. If I take my own life, it was like a victory for me to take my life. But it was something in that moment when I was having it all planned out and all mapped out. It was something still not fully convinced inside of me. At the time, I didn't know what it was, but I started like crying and tearing up. And I said, man, it has to be another way. Like it just has to. And the moment I said that sitting in my cell, God broke through my natural existence and spoke, and I heard him clear. He said, try me. And it instantaneously changed everything about me. I mean, like night to day. Like, I mean, instantly. Because when God speak, I realize now when his voice, it's like thunders. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the word said it's like thunder. So it's like when he spoke, it was like, it literally shook my whole life and everything about me changed. I knew I was loved. I knew I was accepted. I knew I was watched over by him. I knew that it was Jesus in that moment calling me to himself. And I just gave my life to him. I started telling him, man, you can have my life. You can have my life. You can have my life. If you want me, you got me. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that inside all of these new feelings, all of this new desire start coming for God. And I just released myself into his hands. And he filled me with his Holy Spirit. And I ain't never been the same since.